like she wasn't feeling good.
I'm like, don't say nothing crazy. Don't know who watching.
Yeah.
But we definitely gonna talk about it though. Yeah, I do remember hearing it.
Yeah, I like the song. He's supposed to be.
I don't know what he's saying, but
me neither. But I told you he's the one that I want to try to put on one of my songs.
Okay, that would be a nice twist.
We're going back on. And we're back on No Filter. And y'all, like I said, I have the lovely Yahne Jackson in here, y'all. I wish we had a button to hit the applause.
I know. But it's all right.
Y'all, so Yahne is, first and foremost, a great friend of mine. She's like a sister to me. And secondly, she is my PR. So y'all know I do music and acting and podcast hosting, and I do a lot. So I do a lot of different things. And Yahne is the one that helps me basically manage all that together and it look presentable and basically just make sure everything is clean cut and neat. That's what she does. She does marketing, public relations, she does interviewing, blogging. This girl's even done photography. If you look at my the cover of Call Me, she took the picture for that, edited it, everything. Yahne, what do you not do? Please,
that's the question, right?
Just give us a little, like.
This is always a crazy question when it, like, especially when somebody says like, what is PR? Public relations sounds really fancy, so I get it. However, it's like, to make it simple, it's just managing a brand or an individual or a company's relationship to the public. So anything that the public can see, what they hear, you're just basically just trying to put them in the best light so that they can have their message received. They can have a good reputation built, all that kind of stuff. So really it's a lot that goes under that umbrella.
Right.
Like you said, there's like media relations. Sometimes I'm doing photography. Sometimes I'm just doing the creative direction and telling people like, no, that's not on brand. Take that out of there. So like it's a lot of things. And a lot of times I do have to fill in where the work is needed. So sometimes I'm making graphics. Sometimes I'm doing other stuff. But PR is really just trying to make sure that overall image is maintained the way it should be.
Right. You know, is it important to make sure you have a PR, or is it like a certain point where you feel like, okay, this is when you should get a PR, or like branch it together for me? You know,
that's a good question. Yeah. So first of all, I mean, I just want to be honest, like, PR work is a lot. So it's not cheap, right? So everybody can't afford to have like their own solidified publicist, right? But no matter what, you are doing PR, whether you're doing it yourself or somebody else is doing it for you. You're doing it PR. It's just a matter of, are you doing a good or bad job at it? Right. So everybody's doing PR. Everybody knows what my job entails. It's just like, can I get a person on my team to do it for me? If you can, then that's great, because it makes your life 10 times easier. So all of your efforts are not like going down the drain. You're like, I don't know why nobody's liking my post, or I don't know why, stuff like that. But yeah, so everybody does it. It's just, do you have your own?
All right. I like that. Everybody does it. It's just if you have your own.
Even like individuals, and I'll talk about that too, because you have a brand, because you have a company, you do music, but like even being like putting all that stuff aside, you're a mom, you're a daughter. Like, your brand is really what people think about you or say about you when you leave the room. Right. So that's really what it is. It's just your reputation, really.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Yahne went to Temple. She's a graduate of Temple.
TU.
So, with you going to Temple, is that what your initial thing was, like, to go in for PR, or?
That's a good question. So in Temple, no. No, it was. But the thing is, I started at CCP. I was at Community College of Philadelphia, and I went in to be a broadcaster. I'm like, I want to, present the news and be out on the street. And, I wanted to do all that at first. And then just, having conversations with my academic advisor. Shout out to her. I forget her name, but CCP, they be having your back, okay? Everybody be talking crazy about these.
And shout out to Camden County College, too, because, people just don't be giving, county schools a lot of backing, and they have a really bad reputation sometimes.
Yes.
And it's like, sometimes you need that stepping stone. I went to community college. Apparently, Yahne went to community college, and successful people come out of community college.
It's the best thing that could have happened to me, because if I didn't have those conversations in there, first of all, that's where I met my boyfriend. Aww. And he's the one. I'm just letting you know. Aww. So that's where I met him. And also having those conversations with my professors. Like, I still talk to them to this day. And the academic advisor I was talking to, I was explaining all the things I like to do, right? And she was like, that sounds like PR. And I'm like, what the heck is PR? Right. But when she told me, I'm like, dang, it's an industry for all the stuff I love to do.
So you didn't even know about
at all. Wow. So I took a mass media. When she told me that, I did dual enrollment into Temple for PR. And here I am.
That's nice. So then, okay. So here's a question that, this is something I really don't know about you then. Did you graduate double major broadcasting in?
No.
Did you keep up with the broadcasting major at all?
It was mass media. And when I went to Temple, I dropped that and just switched. Okay. A lot of those classes I needed anyway, so it was still in the same field. So it wasn't too bad.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I was like, I found out that I love being behind the camera more than in front, which is why I'm like, me on the microphone, what's happening?
That's funny, because first off, before I get into this next part, shout out to my academic advisor from my community college too. She did pass away the year I was graduating, Miss Carol. But that's my girl. She was my rider.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm not even gonna get emotional.
Shout out to them.
But
the academic advisors be having your back, okay?
Sure do, okay. But even though you didn't continue with the broadcasting and everything, you talking about you don't like being in front of the camera. Yahne definitely do a lot of interviews. You do a lot of interviews, and I don't mean you doing the interviews. I mean you are interviewing other people. So you still keep up with the broadcasting field in a way. You know? And I like that. She does these things called what do you call them? Mukbang talks? Or what are they called?
Yeah, mukbang meetings.
Okay.
Is it mukbang? I don't know what it is.
I thought it was mukbang.
It could be.
Okay. Y'all know what you're talking about when y'all be eating and they be having the conversations. Yeah, that.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
She does them and they're on live. So she is going to shout out her social media so y'all can make sure y'all tap in with these. But she does them on live. And I think they're very interesting. And she has them very organized. They're very cute, very put together. And I just think you're welcome. And I think that's neat that you're able to not only dabble in what you originally wanted to do, but you're doing what you want, what you love as well. I think that's really nice and it's beautiful. And it's funny because I never knew about you being in there for broadcasting, but I can see it now. You know?
And it's just so crazy because it is nice when other people notice the stuff that I have going on, because running a business and then trying to keep your team going and then trying to do your own thing, because I have my own personal brand too, and then like you said, the internal stuff, which is the mukbang meetings and things like that, because those things are realistically a way to keep the brand relevant to still earn more clients at the same time. So it's a lot, but it is nice to see that you enjoy it, because even the people that are on there, they enjoy it as well. So I really set it up because there's so many people that I meet doing PR, and I'm a natural publicist. Before I knew what PR was, like I said, I was doing it. So everywhere I went, I was meeting people and seeing oh, what's your story and what do you have to give and offer and what can I do to help you? And I was always doing that just naturally. And I was I know too many people that do too many great things for me not to connect these people with each other. So I really just wanted a space where they could really just talk about what they do, and then we can specifically see where we can link them with somebody else that was on the show or somebody that's listening or watching. And I'm really active in that part, making the connection. Yes, because there's so many interviews where I'm just where did that go? What happened with that? the loose ends are just out here waving in the wind. But no, I really like to make those connections.
Yeah, I do see that a lot. Like, you're good for like yesterday when we were talking and you made the comment, oh, I have somebody that was involved in music and maybe they can help you with X, Y, and Z, you know, and they're like somebody that you work with as a client or something like that. So it's like, I think that's neat. Like, you always try to make sure you figure out how to connect everyone and see how everyone can try to help in some type of way, because that's a good thing, you know.
That's what life is about.
Yeah, it is. And people should always try to make those connections, and it's something because people have a hard time making those connections sometimes. They have a hard time walking into a room and speaking to others. They have a hard time, you know, just speaking up and voicing about themselves, or like, you know, seeing somebody that they need to make a connection with but don't, you know. Like, for instance, when we first met, it was at an event where I was radio hosting, because as y'all know, I have done radio hosting with On Air with Sir. And Yahne was there. I can't remember. Were you there just to...
I still remember that night.
Yeah, were you just there, or were you there to be interviewed? Like, what were you there for?
No, so they wanted me to be interviewed, but I was like, nope, I kept running. But no, my cousin, Dre, worked there, remember?
Oh, all right. So
I was just there for him.
Yeah, I know that. But I wasn't sure if you was there, like, to be interviewed or something.
No.
Because you somebody. So, but I remember we were sitting next to each other. It was me, her, and another artist. Shout out to Cash. We were sitting there, and it was like all three of us started talking. And then I'm always making sure, you know, after I get comfortable, to let people know that I'm an artist. It's funny because that's not the first thing that might roll out my mouth.
Which is crazy.
It is crazy. And Momager, shout out to Momager. She's always told me that, you know, growing up. And then you've told me that. And now, shout out to the Idea Center of the Arts, where, as y'all know, that's where I do my other podcasting.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Yes,
I met them yesterday.
Yes, she met them yesterday.
Yes, the dream team of Camden.
Yes. Okay. Miss Pam, she is somebody that's a stickler on me about, you know, like, don't hold back who you are. Like, she's always like, when it's your time to talk about yourself, brag, you know. She's big on that. So
that's hard though.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's so hard for me to do that. And I know it's something that can be potentially good, especially in our industry, but it's rough. Like, I like to sit back and observe and see who else I can meet and what everybody else does. And then when it comes to me, I'm like, I ain't did what half of these people did. So I don't know.
Listen,
but
imposter syndrome starts to creep in.
Yeah, definitely. But, you know, it was like me and Yahne, we was talking, and it was like we just hit it off. Like, I got her business card, and we exchanged information, and I don't know what it is. It's just we clicked. Like, we DM'd each other, then we had each other's numbers, and we just clicked.
I know.
It's just great energy. Like,
it was up from there.
Honestly, like, I really be thinking sometimes, like, God just put people in your life for a reason, and that was one of those type of connections, because it's like, I don't even, besides us meeting at that event, I don't even remember how the rest went, like how we actually became so close.
I don't know either.
Like, it's crazy.
Because, like, you're actually my friend now.
No,
like, actually, like my sister.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, and I think that's really neat, because you don't always come across genuine people, especially in the type of business that we're in, because still, even though you don't do, like, singing or acting or whatever the case may be, you're in this realm of business.
Yeah.
This business can be cutthroat. People are not trying to be friendly. They're not trying to be your friend. They're not trying to, you know, do that connection and put you on and help you the way you help me, type of thing. And I'm always happy when I find genuine people, and I'm sure you are too, because it's like, it's so hard.
It is hard, because like, no matter what we're doing, whether it's music or PR or whatever, every room we go in, people are like trying to present themselves as the best person in the room, and you got to see me and outshining this person and that person. So it can be hard, but you find your people though.
Yeah, and I try to stick with them.
Yeah,
like, look, because I'm the type where I'm like, there's room for all of us at the top. You know,
it is.
Make it.
It is.
So.
But I remember that night when we met. Like, that, it is so vivid in my mind. It was a fun night too.
And it's, you know what's funny about it too? I wasn't gonna go.
You wasn't.
No. You want to know why? Because I had just had a mirror not too long ago.
Really?
I had just had a mirror not too
How
long
long ago was that? Wait a minute.
It was about 4 or 5 years ago now.
No, that's crazy.
Because the mirror's going to be 5 this year.
Time is flying. Yeah.
And I had just had him, and it was like an October, end of September, October type of thing. I had just had him. Might have even been like November.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to my mom, I'm like, because I hadn't been going much of nowhere, but I know I hadn't been around too much,
right?
Because I had just had him, and I'm like, well, I don't want to miss this because it is at a recording studio, so I need to scope out the studio,
right?
Like, and not only was it I needed to scope out the studio, some other Philly artists that I've worked with, I felt as though I knew the studio from them. So it was like, I need to go see if it's a studio they don't worked at before. Like, I just need to go, like, I was going for my own personal benefits. Like, I knew what I was supposed to be going there for, but I'm like, look, I gotta go for me. Like,
that was before I started my business, I think.
So
yeah, that was before I started my business. So I was just in there like meeting people and just seeing what was happening.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saying, like, so when you had your card that you gave out yesterday, that's why I told you, I said it wasn't a card that you gave me, it was a paper.
Yeah,
I remember
now. It wasn't those cards I had yesterday because I didn't have my business at that time, so it couldn't have been.
No, it was a paper.
Dang, time flies,
and I'm like, that's just it's something else. Like, I love it.
Yeah. But the same way I am with you, that's how I am with like my clients and stuff. Like, I start out working with them, but after that, they become family for real.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. I don't know what it is and what kind of people I attract, but I love it. I love it.
That's a good thing.
It's such a fun field to be in, just always meeting people and just making these lifelong connections, you know?
Yeah, just having a good spirit, a genuine spirit. That's what it is. You have a genuine spirit, so that's why people gravitate towards that. But in your field, you tend to work a lot on social media. How do you crack the code? Like, like, and I know this is like, you don't have to give away the secrets because
I give them away. It's alright.
That's your job. But like, how do you crack the code? Because it's sometimes that I really be sitting there looking like dang, like, you know exactly like the hashtag sometimes to put, or like, you know exactly how to, you know, attract more of like the brand deals and stuff like that. And it's like, I've been trying for so long. That's how I used to feel sometimes. Like, I've been trying for so long. How do you move this way and move it that way to make it work? Like,
all right. So this the secret, y'all. Top secret.
Get your pencil, y'all.
I'm playing. There really is no secret. It's just like trial and error, really. But honestly, you just have to put yourself in the other person's shoes of who you would imagine would be watching your stuff. Like, I have this theory, which I'm gonna put out a video about it soon, but it's called the Mama's Love theory, where we all love what we make, right? So when we put it out, we are excited, like, oh, everybody else must love it because I love it. And it's like, the harsh reality is like, they don't care. They don't care. So like, you got to think about, like, and for real, like, if you are somebody that's been posting on Instagram already, look and see what you got the most likes on, what the most comments were, and like, go based off that. And you can still try to feed them stuff that you want to feed them, but for like, reality is like, you just got to see what they're reacting to and keep doing it. And specifically about hashtags, you just can't just be putting anything as a hashtag. Some people will put like, the outfit I'm wearing right now, I got a leather jacket on, they might put hashtag jacket. Like, you were real lazy with that. Type in like leather jacket outfit. Type in outfit of the day. Type in stuff that you would be looking for if you were on social media. Like, we're looking for answers. So put some stuff up there like that. Like, somebody was trying to inquire about something. Like, you got to think in the other person's shoes, really, just to succeed on it. And then also, I know y'all be ignoring threads all the time. I know y'all do, because I be trying my hardest not to be on there because threads is so annoying. But Instagram will reward the people who uses their features. So if they put out something new, try it out. Like, they will reward you with the algorithm and everything. They just want for their stuff to be utilized, really. Right. Okay. That sounds good. And I feel like it's one thing that you normally tell me that what is it?
In to say. No, I want you to look at the camera and tell them what it is. I want you to look at the camera and tell them what it is.
That I be telling you? What I be telling you? Quality? Consistency. Oh, yes. Consistency is key. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? I'm telling you. You can't be showing up like, every once in a while.
Consistency is key.
Quality
Seriously. Too. No, she was going to say quality. quality too. She's a stickler on me about quality as well. Because if y'all got them blurry pictures, mind you, like I know sometimes the filters is blurry.
They are.
So it's like that might be the aesthetic you going for. But is okay. So what about that? Like, what if that's the aesthetic you're trying to go for with the picture?
I mean, as long as it looks clean and it's like vibrant, like, I feel like it'll work. Like it's but the filter, you mean? Yeah, as long as that's the vibe. But like, you can tell when it's the intended vibe and when it's not. Right. It's so hard to like distinguish and try to explain. But yeah, you can tell. Okay. But yeah, y'all, consistency. If you, especially if you're trying to like grow your numbers, if you're not, then don't worry about nothing I'm saying. But if you're trying to grow your numbers, make sure you're doing it.
Yeah, just remember. I think that's probably the thing that I have the most trouble with, the whole consistency. I'm trying.
It's a team's job, for real.
Yeah, honestly, but I'm really trying with it. Especially with my TikTok. Because that's probably like my no, it's not. I was gonna say it's probably like my lowest following, but X is probably my lowest following.
I know about
X. Yeah. Like X is like, I don't know if it's just like, and you know what's funny? I wasn't on X, y'all. I wasn't on Twitter.
You said, let me stop playing.
Yeah, because it's irking me saying X. I wasn't on Twitter that much beforehand. Like I used to just go on Twitter to go on Twitter. Like, I wanted to just see what was being tweeted. Yeah. I wasn't going there really to tweet nothing myself. Like, because I want to just write y'all stuff for. Like, I didn't feel like, I like posting pictures. You know, like, I didn't want to just write y'all stuff for what?
I just want to know, who are the people that are still on there? Like, which one of y'all are still on there? And what kind of person are you? Because why? And I have some questions for you.
A lot of people, apparently. I know a lot of my friends are still on there. Because they go on there like, you know, a lot of the time the stuff that comes out, Twitter will see it first. Before it hits Instagram, it'll be on Twitter first. Like, you'll be like, oh, you ain't see that video? It was on Twitter. Like,
yeah, I see that being true.
Dang, you like, dang, well,
even with the stuff that's happening right now.
Yeah, you be like, especially with the stuff happening now, and then you know, we gonna get into that. I have one more question for you though, before we get into all that. How hard is it for you to find clientele? Or do the clientele always gravitate towards you?
It seems like word of mouth just does its thing now. At one point, it was hard because I was scared to say what I do and to share my story and stuff. But now it's like, oh, I met you through, and this person told me. So right now, clientele is not an issue, but it's like, you know how you're trying to grow your business and you want a certain type of clientele? Now that's a little different. That's a different kind of question, but it is good.
Such thing as bad clientele.
Ooh, yes, because everybody doesn't work well together.
I have somebody that just tapped in and said, I keep my Twitter just to get the gossip. I like that. Shout out to Mani. Y'all know Mani, pretty young thing. I hope y'all shopping with her. You know, she said she was having her going out of business sale. She was here last week, y'all. So make sure y'all still tapping in with Mani. Shout out to Mani. She's the one that just said that. I need my to see Twitter for my stuff. Gossip.
You gotta share her stuff with me.
Oh yeah, I gotta share it.
Please do.
Yeah, lashes and gloss, all that.
I'm glad we ain't got no close up because my lashes right now. But yeah, nice.
But, yeah, I don't know. I just I don't know, like clientele, like if there's such thing as bad clientele, is it like you can how am I trying to say, because you don't hire them, can you
what, can I fire my clientele? Sure can. Is that what you're saying? I sure can, like, in a heartbeat.
Can you get clientele and then you let them go? Like,
no, seriously, because the thing is, a lot of people will come in and say, oh, I want your services, but then when you start working with them, sometimes you'll get the people that want to like micromanage or tear everything you're doing apart, or like, but it's like, if you don't trust me and my expertise, there's a different publicist out there for you.
Right.
So that's the thing. You just got to find the right fit. And like when it doesn't fit, we're not going to continue doing anything we're trying to do, because I'm going to be stressed out and so are you.
So how do they become bad clientele for you to think, like for you to even think like, oh, well, if my services ain't working for you, like, how do you?
Well, I can give one specific example, because I do run into this a good bit with like new clients. When someone takes me on as a PR publicist, whatever you want to call it, they think that I'm like wave a magic wand and then you just have all this press. You're in the media. People are liking your stuff on social media. Like, they think that everything is just going to come together. People going to be knocking down their doors, right? But it's a group effort. So if I'm setting meetings for us to like regroup and figure out what our plan is going to be for the next month or whatever, and you can't make meetings, or I need you to record some things and you're scared to be in front of the camera and you can't follow my direction, like, you have to make the time. And PR itself is work. I think
what comes behind that is people actually really not knowing the meaning of PR. Yeah. You know? I think they don't, and that's a shame, because in our community, I'm just going to be honest, you know, in the melanin community, a lot of the time, we don't know what these words are. We don't know what these things mean. And but we know, oh, that means something. That means you got something going. That means you somebody. Yeah. So, you know, to have a PR, it makes them feel like they fancy, so they know, you know, oh yeah, I got a PR, so that means, yeah, I'm doing something.
But if your PR call you and say, hey, that post you just put up, that's not on brand and it's giving you a bad look, or I don't like the way it looks, if you're arguing with me about taking that down, that's a problem. Right. Like, I study the market, and I can see, like, if you're getting the engagement you should be getting, or if it's matching, if it's not matching what we're about to do next month, if that's going to turn a potential publication away because they don't like that kind of behavior. So if it's interacting with things in the wrong way, and I tell you get rid of it, and you have a problem, now we have a problem.
Now we have a problem, right? Because you don't trust my instincts.
And then when we don't get that feature in that newspaper, or the news don't come out and cover your event, you're wondering why. But it's like, you weren't listening the whole time, so you can't act surprised now.
Yeah, I understand that. Stop being hard-headed, y'all. And y'all need to listen to the people on the team and the people that's in charge.
I can't talk too bad about that, though, because I'm a Taurus, so I'm stubborn, too, so I get it. I get it.
I know I'm hard-headed. I know Yahne gave me a schedule, y'all, and I couldn't follow it for nothing.
And she think we're not about to revisit that schedule, but that's another thing.
As soon as the semester's over, maybe I can. I think it'll be a little easier.
We just got to change it a little bit. Yeah, maybe. What I gave you initially, it didn't work. Yeah. So we just have to shift and figure out what part of it don't work.
And that might be the problem, too. Some people don't have that conversation with their PR or their team.
Yeah, then it drops off.
They need to do that. Yeah, they need to have those conversations. Let them know, well, okay, this isn't particularly working for me. I've been trying, and it's not working. Because, don't get me wrong, I tried. It just ain't work. Yeah. So, I don't know.
But we got to adjust some things.
Definitely. So, Yahne, I want them to know where they can find you, tap in with you, your website, your everything, girl.
Got you. So, since we're talking about the business is Publicist Grind. You spell it Publissis, like sis, GRIND. That's my Instagram, my Twitter. No, I ain't got no Twitter, sorry. My Instagram, my TikTok, all that kind of stuff. Look at you. Got me talking about X and all that kind of mess. So, yeah, that's where you can find me on that. And my personal stuff is Miss Yonbon, MSYONBON. My grandma gave me that name. Don't mess it up.
It's so cute. Yonbon. Oh, my God.
She always called me Yonbon.
That's cute. Well, y'all already know what time it is. We getting ready to get into my stuff because, y'all need to be streaming me on everything, because I'm on everything, all streaming platforms. DiamondGull, that's DiamondGull. I need y'all to stream my song Call Me, and I need y'all to stream my song Stupid Cupid, please and thank you. Do y'all TikToks, do y'all little Instagram reels, all of them. Get it popping, get it shaking, do all that. Tag me so I can reshare it. Okay?
She checked y'all real cute. Real cute.
But I'm going to definitely give y'all a little listen to it right now, per usual. And then, we'll be back. We're going to get into Quiet on Set. We got to talk about that. Especially with you being in the business, me being in the business, me having a child, you having children in your life.
I got to take this jacket off. I'm going to get hot.
We have to talk about this, okay? So we will be back here on No Filter.
Oh, yay. Peace.